You guys, I'm sure, heard about the 30-year-old. Get a load of this guy.
Oh, that.
First of all, let me just say to his credit, he didn't shoot up any schools.
It's true. Well, he only had blades. His katanas.
When's the first katana slicing going to happen?
I think that those went out of style with, like, the samurai.
Man. That's
like, were samurai schools, did they ever have that issue?
Samurai school?
'Cause they always had their swords, right?
Well, people were able to defend themselves if only everyone was armed.
Yeah. Do I maybe have an incorrect vision of what life was
Possibly.
like in
Ninja
feudal
school?
Japan? Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Probably you do. I actually heard, I've heard that in feudal Japan, not many people were authorized to carry swords.
Really?
Yeah. Just like the shogun and stuff and the samurai.
It's like they had better gun control than America.
Yeah. Sword control.
Goddamn.
So anyway, this guy has not shut up a school to his great credit, but he is a 30-year-old that he lives with his parents, and they served him 5 eviction notices to get the hell out of their house. Imagine hating your own child that much. So they served his ass 5 eviction notices, and they eventually took him to court.
Yeah.
And this guy, he fought them. He went to court and represented himself.
Right.
To lobby the court to let him stay in his parents' house.
That is fucking insane.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
So he lost.
Yeah.
And he's going to be appealing the verdict. He's announced.
I was telling you, I really want to see this guy on, like, Queer Eye, you know? I want to see him with, like, a cool-ass haircut, talking to the dudes, and they're like...
I feel like give this guy 6 months and he'll end up looking like this no matter what you do to him.
You got to give up your katanas.
So the guy owns katanas, but Dan, here, let me read you some details from this. I'm going to read these stories here. Oh my God, I love this. Look at this scene. It's like right out of the To Kill a Mockingbird. Look at this biblical court case. All right. He says, I don't see why they can't just, wait a little bit for me to leave the house, he told the judge. You say you're entitled to 6 months, which really doesn't... The judge says, you say you're entitled to 6 months, which really seems to be kind of outrageous. That somebody in this day and age could be in somebody else's home with a 6-month notice before they have to leave, the judge said. I mean, that creates all kinds of problems in the era of Airbnb. So, right, as I said, this comes after 6 eviction notices. This is especially true for any weapon you may have, the note read. They sent him several notes saying that he needs to sell his stuff and get out. He has katanas that they asked him to sell. They said, sell your weapons. You will need the money, and you have no place for your stuff. So this guy definitely has samurai swords and a waifu body pillow that he fucks every night.
Yeah, you can't sell that.
Can you resell that? Does that have resale value? Stain?
I think that's why he's
stain
going on all
waifu
these.
pillow.
Yeah, now that he's a public figure,
someone will pay for
that. That thing's worth money.
Yeah.
In case you want to clone him.
He's been doing, we're going to show a lot of the interviews he's done, but he's been on every media outlet giving interviews, and I suspect that he's collecting checks from everyone.
Right.
Because he's such a buffoon, and everyone just shits like in his open mouth in these interviews. But I swear to God, I hope he's getting paid because
Yeah.
It's funny.
He's got like a thing of Herbalife with him every time he does the interview.
That's
try out Herbalife. I don't know.
I wish he was getting paid at some capacity because this guy needs it, but he's kind of like the most famous guy in America right now.
He looks like he's giving a fucking press briefing on
he's so famous.
like the situation in Qatar.
Right. He's so famous you would have think he shut up a school. In a legal filing, Rotondo, which is his name, said that in the 8 years he has lived at his parents' house, he has never been expected to contribute to the household expenses or assist with chores and the maintenance of the premise. That he says in his defense when they're like, he doesn't do anything around the house.
Yeah.
So he's like, I lived here 8 years and nobody expects me to do anything.
It's funny to hear that in legal terms because it's usually just like, why didn't you vacuum?
Yeah. When he was in his early 20s, Rotondo briefly lived on his own, but he moved back in with his parents after losing his job. On Tuesday, he said he accepted $1,100 from his parents as an offering. They said, we're going to give you $1,100 to move out and get a deposit on a place and get the fuck out of my house because I hate my own son that much.
Cheap-ass place.
Well, they live in I don't know, not in L.A.
Oh, Alabama.
Yeah, in Alabama, you can get a house for like $50.
Cool, I'm in.
That's not true, but like $500 probably a month can get you a nice place. So instead of taking the money and putting a deposit on a house, he used it towards expenses. He squandered the money and then didn't move out.
Yeah. Is there a list of what the expenses are?
Not publicly.
He's just way more pillows.
God, that's like...
That WoW subscription costs a lot of money.
What is it?
On what?
His World of Warcraft subscription.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of those.
You know, he fucking
upgraded my necromancer.
What does he play, you think? No, he plays some like really obscure
Plays
Japanese.
a Death Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like instruments. I was going to say
He's probably...
the blade.
He's probably on Second Life, and he probably fucks like crazy on Second Life.
Yeah. Yeah, what if
He's got like a big-ass tail with a dildo at the end.
Oh, you should get the granny fucker to room with this guy. Have them be roommates.
What's the advantage?
Us. We see the advantage.
They were going to somehow
Our
have
entertainment.
some symmetry there.
Take these cameras and stick them all around in the house.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you are listening, I would love to have him on our show, and I'll pay you handsomely for anything. I mean, just if I can call you, if I can get you out here, I'll pay you.
In Sharky's gift cards.
I'll give you 1,100. Yeah.
Still.
I could set that up.
Yeah.
You're desperate.
You can sell those.
I can get you $1,100 for your expenses, my dude. Anyway, he plans to appeal the decision, which is just the best, juiciest part ever.
That's amazing.
But we've got a ton of footage, Dan. Go ahead and let's start with clip 17.
Well, honestly, I'm not sure exactly
It's a bit
how it
quiet.
ended. I mean, it seems to be that, it seems to me like I should be provided with, like 30 days or so, because generally you get 30 days after you're found, that you have to vacate the premises. So I'm expecting something like that.
So you plan to appeal this case?
No, leave it down. Leave it down, baby.
Because how it sounded.
Nope.
This guy's the fucking man.
What the fuck?
It
His
sounded kind of like that,
greasy
too,
ass
but-
ponytail. Looks like a Hasid.
So you have a weapon?
This guy, I can't even imagine a more dramatic caricature of somebody who would have to be evicted by their parents at 30 years old.
Yeah. Is that why this is a big deal in the news?
It's funny.
Because it's strange.
offbeat.
It's like offbeat news. But
Well,
it's,
how you can pause it, Dan. How frequently? I mean, it happens relatively frequently that
I'm not complaining, but
a parent will kick their kids out.
Yeah.
That happens all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But how often do they have to serve an eviction notice 6 times and then sue them in court?
see, now this is what reporters should be chasing down instead of like pulling kids out of ambulances with gunshot wounds.
They're doing their due diligence.
Find this guy. Yeah. Find every version of this guy out there and give us that sweet, juicy news.
I love it.
Because everyone loves this.
I love it.
Even this guy. He's on all the shows.
Let's see some clips from the CNN interview.
Yeah, here we go.
CNN.
Yeah. Did I say that funny?
No.
Oh.
I'm just blown away.
He was literally on every news outlet. Every one. This just happens to be...
Happy National Wine Day.
Afterwards, but I prefer to get out.
Why not?
I don't want to live there anymore.
You don't want to live with your parents?
I don't like living with. No, it's not. It's very tense. It's very awkward. It's we have to we have to share space, which may be the case with where I would find myself afterwards. But
her face is amazing.
I prefer to get out.
Okay, so on the preferring to get out, let's rewind for a second, because it's my understanding you've lived, at your parents' house, rent-free for 8 years, and I know you do your own laundry, you buy your own food, but they asked you 5 times.
It's a lot for a guy.
Did I hear somebody in her
move
studio
out.
laugh, or was
Why
that?
couldn't you guys resolve this without the court?
I would consider much of what they were doing to try to get me out as a tax, and what I was trying to, I was just,
God. This is what happens when you take a guy like this and put him on the fucking news.
Yeah.
Like, this should not exist. This guy, this situation, this is CNN. This is world news.
Why is he trying to get us to care?
I think he...
What? Like, I don't give a shit, man. You got evicted. You must have fucked up.
Dude, just get a job.
Parents evicted
just
you.
Go work at McDonald's. Who fucking cares? You'll make enough money, minimum wage, full time, to get an apartment.
there will be no sympathy from the masses.
Oh no, there's
this guy.
But I'm pretty sure they paid him for this because he's doing them all.
That'd be strange.
I mean, why CNN would pay this guy $1,000 to do this? It's great TV.
Yeah. Well, maybe there's like something where it's like the more publicity, the more money you're gonna make because of the publicity.
Clicks, boy.
Yeah.
Wholesome clicks.
God damn.
Dan, do you have the clip where he talks about how he has a son?
Yeah, give me 1 sec.
That's the
Cue
part
that
that
up.
I was surprised by. When I first came in, you guys were queuing this up. I was like, oh, fuck, the guy's got a son. Like, it makes it a little more sympathetic, but at the same time, he drops all that shit by just trying to...
Do you smell burnt toast? Am I
are you aware of the
Oh, I smell it too.
component
Wait,
regarding
Dan.
my son and about how...
It's super loud, and also it smells like burning.
I think that's probably just one of the lights. Sometimes the lights will smell like that if
really-
like a bug gets in them.
Like bad?
It smells like, yeah, I mean... I don't know if I should be worried or
What
not.
if we just both have strokes and die?
I'm half concerned that I'm having a seizure and half concerned that the building is burning down.
Oh, we're starting to smell it out here too.
Oh, no. Don't burn down during a broadcast. Is it coming
Guys,
from the hallway?
Trust
I'm
me.
sicking Ian on it.
Yeah, we'll know that something terrible has happened when a bunch of reporters show up and shove fucking microphones in our
All right,
face.
Ian's going to dive in head first into this raging inferno.
Well, at least it's
He'll
not in
report
here.
back. There's no windows in this building. There's no openable windows in this office.
I'll make a window.
Okay, I'll follow your
I
lead.
got this shit.
Throw a basketball.
Yeah, I got basketballs, buddy.
All right, so go ahead. You found the clip with the sun?
Yeah, okay, hold on. Worried we're all about to die right now.
Yeah, I was a little...
are you aware of
Very loud.
of the component regarding my son and about how I
am.
lost my visitation? Yeah, so right after that, they're like, well,
So much
we want
sympathy
you
in
to
your
start
face.
Don't worry
God,
about
she
your,
fucking
your
hates
case,
this
which
guy.
is-
It's
that's
amazing.
That's a full-time job, doing setting up an appeal for an order like that for custody and visitation. What you need to do right now is get a full-time job and get health insurance, or we're going to throw you out. And it was devastating to lose my son. And
This guy is such a joke.
I was just, it really,
It's okay.
I was done with them. I was done with them after that. I was done with them.
Trying
After
to hold
that
in the
point.
laughter.
You can pause it. I like how this guy acts like he's the only dude who ever had to lose
Yeah.
custody of the child. That's a full-time job.
Yeah,
You expect me to work?
He doesn't seem to have a full grasp of how this looks.